Hi, I am Mrs. Mayo here at Jackson Davis Elementary. I'm the PE teacher, and today is a special day. We have been celebrating Red Ribbon Week, and we have all of our fabulous fourth grade students here today. We've been having some awesome spirit days, and then today is a special day where we have everybody here to learn about drug safety awareness. So, friends, are we ready to get started?
Yes!
Awesome. Raise your hand if you can tell me, what is Ribbon Week, Red Ribbon Week? What is Red Ribbon Week? Aubrey.
It's like it's supposed to mean like go away drugs.
How to say no to drugs, drug safety and awareness. Excellent, that's exactly right. So today we're going to be talking about 3 things specifically so that you guys can walk out of here being able to understand how to say no, how to handle medicine safely, right, with grown-ups, and what are healthy and unhealthy choices for a healthy life. So, raise your hand if you've ever been sick before. Right? Everybody in this room has been sick before, right? There are germs everywhere, so it's impossible to avoid, hands down. There are different types of medicines that are out there, right? If you are sick, sometimes you need to go to the doctor, right? And the doctor will give you a prescription, right? On that prescription is going to be your name, right? Instructions for how to take the medicine, right? And then if you're sick, sometimes we don't need to go to the doctor, and your grown-ups in your house can go to the store, right? And just pick up some over-the-counter medication, right? That is something that doesn't have your name on it because anybody can buy it, right? But it does have instructions for how to safely handle it. So if you were to take it, you would know how much, how often, and things like that. Because if you took too much, then you could also get more sick, and that is not good, right? So that is medicine. It helps us to get well if we are feeling sick. Raise your hand if you can guess. What is this a picture of? May. Medicine. What else does somebody think it is? Jude? Flynn? What did you say? Candy. Hamza, what do you think it is?
Babies might think it's candy.
Ooh, babies might think it's candy. Hands down. You guys, this is medicine. But it looks like candy. Right? When it's not in its bottle, if it's spilled onto the countertop, then babies, young kids, even you guys, even adults can confuse medicine as candy. So this is one of the things that we have to be very careful with when we are around medicine, making sure that it's stored the right way and in its proper bottle. What's wrong with this picture? Audrey. Avery, excuse me.
Kids are trying to take medications without permission by parents.
And what's wrong with that?
Because it may not be theirs, and then it might make them even more sick.
You got that right. Did you know that if you are sick, right, and you have siblings, and your sibling gets the same cold or the same, maybe they get strep throat, do you think that they can take the same medication that you were taking if it was a prescription for you? No, right? That's not safe because it might not help them the way that it helped you because the doctor made the prescription for you, or you're taking the medication for a specific thing, right? So, anything else that's wrong with this picture? Maya?
That the baby's drowning in poison.
Right, which is also another medication, right? If you're not taking it properly, you could be poisoned, right? That's taking too much of a medication. You got that right. Brielle.
This could also, if they get into the medicine, they can take excessive amounts.
Excessive amounts, big word. Yes, you got that right. Have to be careful, and you have to ask who before you get medicine. Gabby?
Your parents.
Your parents or an adult in your household. Very good. All right, today, friends, I want you to be able to leave here being able to identify 3 trusted adults in your life. That could be your parents, that could be an adult family member, that could be even a neighbor or a teacher, somebody that you trust. So now I want you to just turn and talk to your neighbor real quick. Who are 3 people in your life? Share that with your neighbor. Who are 3 people in your life you can trust? Who are 3 people in your life that you can trust? An adult friend? You have an adult friend? And then what about you? All right, very good. All right, friends. Very good. Give me a thumbs up if you were able to name 3 trusted adults. Fantastic. All right, hands down. All right, next up. What is a drug? Bye, Pop.
It's like cigarettes and beer, something that's not for kids and can make you sick.
You got that right. Because what is this a picture of? Our brains, right? And I like this picture because it shows our brain like a machine, which it is. It's the machine for our bodies, right? And that machine helps us to act, helps us to think, helps us to move, right? And do everyday tasks. And when we put things like alcohol or nicotine into our bodies, it hurts our brains, especially at young ages. It can damage our brains and prevent us from being able to grow big and strong, right? And that's not good. What do you see that's wrong with these pictures, or what's happening in these pictures that you see? Leilani? Cyberbullying, yes, absolutely. What else do we see?
Those kids are
Ooh, you pointed that out. I wondered if it was going to be too hard to see. Excellent. Sophie, what else do you see?
that picture, I think somebody is trying to give cigarettes to a boy.
You got it, yes. Friends, this is called peer pressure. When somebody is asking you to do something that you know is not right, and it is a very real thing. You might experience it now. You might experience it when you get a little bit older, right? Bullying, a very real thing, whether it's happening online or it's happening in person, at school, in your neighborhood, right? Those are real things, and you have to be prepared, and you have to know how to handle those things. Malik, did you have a question? Oh, right. They're wearing a clubhouse. You're right. Yep, absolutely. So today, friends, I want you to be able to leave here today being able to resist peer pressure. But how do you do that, right? You have to find a way. You have to create a plan to be able to resist peer pressure, because it's hard to say no to your friends, right? Right? Especially when they're asking you to do something that is not right and you know it's not good for your body. So I want you to be able to leave here today with a planned act of refusal, right? How do we say no to drugs? That is the whole purpose of Red Ribbon Week, okay? And I want you to be able to do it all of the time. All right, what do we see that's wrong with this picture? Daniel. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you pointed that out. That's right. Do we wear helmets when we ride our bikes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else do we see that's wrong? Austin.
Someone's like crying in that photo.
Why do you think they're crying, or they're like not feeling well? She's frowning, right? Why do we think she's not feeling well? What do you think she might have done? Ibrahim?
She might have eaten too much sugar.
You got it. Too much sugar is not good for your bodies, right? We need to be eating from our 5 main food groups, right? What else is wrong with this picture? Andre? He's sleeping in school. Is sleep important? Yes, sleep is important. Yes, you have to get enough sleep so that you know, right? So that you can go to school and you can learn, right? You can't be falling asleep on the desk, right? So again, today I want you to be able to identify, right, a healthy choice or a healthy decision that you can make today. Turn and talk to your neighbor about a healthy decision you can make today.
So I can make
What's a healthy decision you can make today? Ooh, not eating your milkshake from last night. I like that, May. What else, Lucy? What's a healthy decision you can make today? You're right. Absolutely. Very good. All right, friends. Okay, you guys have done excellent. We are now ready. We were just prepping our minds. Like when we come into PE, we get our bodies warm, right, with our warm-up. And so I wanted to prepare your minds to get ready for this topic. This is a heavy topic, right? This is a sensitive topic. So when we get into our stations, which we're about to do right now, if you have something on your heart, something on your mind, please don't hesitate to come and find one of us. We have all of our LAMPS teachers that are in here. And I want to give a very special welcome to our school resource officer, Officer Paransky. So we all say hi. Hi. All right, so he will be here at this station number 2. So if you guys need please come and find us, okay? So at station number 1, which is going to be over here with Miss Grado, we are going to be talking about bullying and peer pressure, and that's going to be our blue pod. Then we're going to go over here to station 2, right here with the screen. That's going to be with Officer Paransky. We're going to be talking about drug safety. All right, then at station number 3, that's the green pod, we're going to be talking about healthy and unhealthy choices with Miss Tupper. And then we're going to go to station 4, that's the yellow pod station over there, and that's going to be talking about medicine safety. You'll be with Miss Lingerfeld and Miss Anderson. And then station number 5 will be with me, and it's right over here, it's the orange group, and that's going to be talking about some real world scenarios that you might experience, right, in real life. Okay, so blue pod, if you are blue pod, go ahead to the blue station number 1 with Miss Grado.
What is this one say? Homework before tech time, right? This is another safe choice. Share passwords with caregivers, your grown-ups, right? Should you give your passwords to your friends? No. Away at school. This is a really important one, especially since a lot of kids are getting on social media and grown-ups are getting on social media. Ask before taking photos, right? We need to ask someone's permission before we take it, and we definitely need to ask permission before we post it online or on social media. This one says, don't share phone numbers too easily. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when we were doing our digital citizenship that we talked about if you, in order to give your phone number out to your friends, who should you ask first? Your parents or your grown-ups to make sure you're okay with that. Should we ever give out anyone else's phone number to our friends? No, because that's their private information and it's up to them and their grown-ups. Have you seen that before?
We've seen it before, not y'all's age, but we have seen it with some middle and high school kids that try to go into stores, and those stores actually do sell alcohol or tobacco to younger kids. They get in trouble along with those kids for majority of crimes. But yes, we have seen that quite a bit. Not uncommon. Some grown-ups make choices that are not good for them. Yes. So, what do you think we learned with all that? Huh? How to be safe. What's a big thing about alcohol and drugs? Yes. That it's not good for children. It's not good for who? Anybody. That's right. We have to be very conscious with what we put in our body, like she said. And drugs and alcohol are the foremost thing that can really cause harm to you. It's the most accessible, meaning you guys can get it easily, because guess who has that kind of stuff? Huh? You? Who's you in your sense? Huh? Your parents. Some of your parents may have alcohol in their house, whether it's wine, beer. Some of them have drugs in the idea of medicine, right? All types of medicines are drugs, right? So just like the prescription pills, or even NyQuil, or children's Tylenol, or even Flintstone vitamins, those are all drugs, okay? So you must take it responsibly and with a parent's permission and advisement, okay?
But maybe she's really good at riding her bike. Yeah, because you know what I always tell my kids? You only get one brain. You only get one brain. So you should take care of it because it's the machine that runs your body. But it looks yummy. Olives are great. What is that? What is it? It's not a margarita, that's a martini, and it's an alcoholic beverage for grown-ups, right?
So it's not healthy.
Right, so what should he do?
He should just say no.
Say no to who?
Say no to the person.
There's nobody else in this picture, Tucker.
Say no.
You should leave it alone, right? Leave it alone, and don't eat the olive.
Tell an adult that it's
Right? What about this one? What a face.
not healthy.
What is sure.
I trusted adults giving the kid a Band-Aid because it could be infected.
So when you get injured, Keon Smith, when you get injured,
Alright, so what should we do next?
So Ben should say,
His friend should give him back. Say no, what else could he do?
What should Ben do next?
I'm not going to say no.
So if somebody tried to give you some medicine, you could say no, but what else could he do? So let's say it happened in school or on the playground, what would you do? Tell the teacher, tell an adult, get somebody to help you. Alright, so go ahead, draw a picture for that.
Don't drink alcohol. 5 up. You can damage your brain. You got that right. What else? David? Damage your lungs. Oh. Christian? There's something else that damages your lungs. We'll talk about that next. Period. I like that. You're right. It's a drug and you shouldn't touch it. Period. End of story. If you take too much alcohol, you could fall over, right? You can get dizzy. Your vision gets blurred. It could make you sick, right? Yeah, so it's not very good, right? Wow, I never thought of that. So what can we do for fun? How about checking out the jungle gym, right? That's more for kids. I'll race you there, says Wendy. Awesome. All right, so next scenario. A race is good. That's good for your body.
Anyone find mattress? Good. I like that you're leaving them down where you found them, because when you leave them on the ground, then your brain can memorize where you found them.
Daniel, oh wait, I guess it's my turn. It's somewhere over here. Oh, I didn't get it right. Set limits on tech time. Yeah, and homework before tech time. All right, you're up.
I never want to start smoking. So, what are some planned strategies that you guys have? All right, thank you so much for coming and watching us today. What else? Piper. Yep, say no and walk away. I love that. That's an excellent strategy. Yes, David. Tell them what? Tell an adult. 100% tell an adult.